Y'all know I'm back with another one. Present moment power, man. Appreciate everybody that took the time to go on there and purchase my books. They still on there. Just click a link. You know, I'm going to keep documenting this timeless knowledge for y'all. Because like I always say, when we dead and gone, you got to leave something behind for the people to remember you by. Or just anyway. Because a lot of people going to go through struggles coming to this realm, coming to this earth. And a lot of people going to be trying to figure out, you know, why not leave the keys behind? And that's what I like to do. So basically, I'm going to put y'all in the present moment today like I always do. I always know that fuck the past, fuck the future. Everything is happening right now. Present moment power, baby. One of my best books, Present Moment Power. Y'all know that's what I'm all about. But today I just wanted to make a quick video, basically just giving y'all some more of the power and basically how it work, and these like everyday things that people go through, and they just be like, a lot of things I notice about these manifestation videos or these spiritual videos, ain't nobody really breaking down how to use the power. They teaching you how it work, but they not telling you like things you go through in everyday life, how to flip it and make it work in your favor. So that's what I like to do. So I got like 10 things written down, and y'all know I like to keep my notes with me so I can stay on track and stay on point, stay on topic. Cause y'all know I go off somewhere else and I get to talking about things that just, you know, always resonate with y'all. But yeah, I want to teach y'all some powers. I got like 10 of them written down. And it's like everyday things that I use, that I go through, that I notice, that be working, you know, 100% of the time. And I know more people go through it too. Like I say, the ones that's meant to heal will cross paths with this video. So number one, I said, you know, when you somewhere and you got like bad service and your phone buffering, you know, it's a little Walmart around here I always go to, and for some reason, when I hit that Walmart parking lot, my phone dropped to 4G, and it get to buffering. When I'm watching a video or something, or just looking at something on my phone that take up that need network, phone get to buffering and shit. I be looking at the phone like, damn, what's in Walmart parking lot? For some reason, it's just like that. But if y'all know y'all can fix those simple little things, that you know you had the power within you because you already electric, you already sending out your own signal, you are the signal. You know, forget them towers that the cell phone connected to, that you know you are your own tower. So basically what I mean by that, if you want your phone to start back acting right and stop buffering, all you got to do is picture it in your mind that it's working. You know what I'm saying? So for instance, if you sitting there, your phone get to buffering, it get to playing, then it get to buffering, then it get to playing. All you got to really do is sit there. And if you picture in your mind, imagine your phone done stop buffering and it's just working all the way through. 5G done hit back and it's working perfectly fine. If you think that right there in the present moment, basically remember what I always say. I always imagine how things are going now. So right now it'll be like, well, right now my phone working, you know, it ain't nothing wrong with it. Picture that in your mind and watch your phone. Watch how it stop buffering and start working. It's that simple. Because the power comes from the mind, the imagination. If you already pictured in the present moment as your phone working, it's going to start working. Because like I said, you know, everything reflects. So like I say, it's a world within you and it's a world outside of you. Do not let the world outside of you control you. If the world outside of you ain't going the way you want it to go, just go within inside of yourself and make it go the way you want it to go. So all you got to do is go within inside of yourself. Picture the phone not buffering, working. Picture you as vivid as you can. You watching your phone and it's working perfectly well. And watch what happens to that phone. Try it out. Next time your phone going through all that, you know, mess, try it out. Guaranteed it works. Next, I said, this one here gonna sound kind of crazy, y'all. What I said is how to make like babies fall asleep. I got a 2-year-old daughter, and sometimes she'll just put up a fuss, man. You know, like any other child. You know, this ain't nothing new. You know, they put up a fuss right when it's time for them to go to sleep. It might be getting late, and it's the same thing with the buffering, people. Cause like I always say, you gotta remember this. This ain't no witchcraft. This ain't no manipulation. This is just how life works. People just need to understand that they are the power and they have the power to do these things. So basically, when your child active a lot, or you need them to calm down or go to sleep or be quiet, all I do, I picture in my mind in the present moment that she's sleeping. I picture in my mind in the present moment that she already sleeping comfortably, dreaming great dreams, loving her sleep. You know, my daughter is what I'm talking about, 2 years old. And it don't happen instantly, but it's like when you like forget about it, and like I might be laying there next to her on my phone and she all active, and I'm like, man, she need to go to sleep, because you know it's time for her to go to sleep. I tell her to lay down, you know, babies gonna be babies. But I picture that in the present moment. See, one thing y'all got to understand about this present moment power, everything is happening right now. So what I mean by that is, when I picture her in the present moment sleeping, that must happen. You know, because what's going on, that goes back to the transfer of thoughts. When a person is close enough to you, they enter your world. Like I say, however many people on this earth, is how many different worlds exist. When you close to a person, you are actually entering their bubble, entering their aura, their world. And the things that they're thinking about, you will start thinking about. And the things that they are thinking about, you gonna start thinking about. And vice versa is what I'm trying to say. Same goes for both. Y'all basically think of a circle, two circles. In the middle of two circles, if they get close enough, they make an oval right there in the middle. That's when worlds collide. That's when y'all start thinking about each other's thoughts. The thing that was happening in your world, which is your imagination, the way you think, the way you feel, all that make up your world. It's going to start entering their world. So goes back to say, me laying next to my 2-year-old daughter, me thinking that she already sleep, me thinking that she's sleeping peacefully, it's going to eventually rub off in her world. And she going to eventually get sleepy and go to sleep. Y'all get what I'm saying? See, what keep the fuss up is because you still living in the outside world. Like if she crying, she fussing, she doing whatever to get on your nerves, you study falling into that. Because you looking at the reality of this is what's happening. So this is all that's going to be happening. And you react like that is what's happening. But what I do, I go with inside of myself and react like she already sleep. That's present moment power. Get what I'm saying? She already sleep to me. And it eventually fades off, it rubs on it, and she eventually falls asleep. Because my reflection has to reflect in the outside world. Because I'm creating within. Do y'all get that example? That can work with anything. That's just how the power works. Like I said, I'm going to give y'all the keys. I'm going to tell y'all exactly how this be working. So you can go on your own and work on your inner world. Work on your inner self. Don't forget, you got 5 senses on the inside, just like the outside. The ones on the inside is way more powerful. Way more powerful. Number 3, when you're stuck in traffic, it's all the same. Like I said, I'm just using these scenarios because these things that people go through every day. Let's just say you're stuck in 5 o'clock traffic. You know, just use rush hour for example. You know, and the car's moving slow. If you really picture the lane that you going in, moving at a steady pace and not stopping, that shit will start to happen. I done did it plenty of times. You know, it's just because you be in traffic, you be in oh man, this goddamn traffic, man, I'm so tired of this shit, man. Every time it's 5 o'clock, I know I was gonna run into this shit. You start speaking shit like that, you in it. You in it. You in the present moment talking that shit, so that shit must, you know what I'm saying? That's what's happening. But you can always change what's happening. That's what I teach y'all, how to change what's happening right now, because it's only the now. And until you change it within, it ain't going to change itself outside. So if you go within and picture your lane moving, watch how your lane move faster than the other lanes. Because most people thinking the same shit. I'm stuck in traffic. Let me get on my phone. You know, let me watch a little movie or catch up on my little reruns or whatever the hell you do when traffic moving that slow. They thinking like that. They ain't even going within themselves and creating traffic to move faster. I'm that guy that be like, traffic moving faster. And guess what happens? Thoughts transfer. The people in my lane get the same thoughts. They go like, man, this shit finna just start moving. They start thinking like I'm thinking. And before you know it, the whole lane thinking like that, and the traffic get to moving. The traffic get to moving. Me being so in tune with these things, using these things. See, I ain't gonna talk about nothing I don't experience. When I say these things work, I done did it. When I write these books, When I talk about stuff in the, I done did it. I done tested this stuff before I put it, before I documented it on paper, before I published it. I had to test it. If I need to go out there and see if this shit works. You know what I'm saying? I like to test things like, oh, okay. I'm very aware, very keen when it comes to like, the little things in life, how shit be working. And when they say we are all energy, that's exactly what the fuck going on. So that's how you make traffic move faster. If you're stuck in traffic, go within yourself, imagine traffic, you know what I'm saying, moving at a steady pace. Say it. Right now, actually, my lane moving. I don't know about y'all lane, but right now, my lane moving. We going. We moving. It works. Try it out. Come on. You always going to be stuck in traffic. Try it out. Get back on here and comment. Man, you know what you said about traffic? Man, I was doing that and, my lane did start moving. Yeah, I already know it. But, number 4, find free money. So I had a story about this. People, man, that money thing a big issue. That's why that's like the number 1 genre on YouTube, like how to make money genre, how to make money on the internet, how to make money with AI. Everybody wants some goddamn money. You can't blame when you be in the world like shit. Money will take away all my problems. That's what everybody think. But anyway, I had a story, man. I was at a gas station. I hopped out the car. I was finna go in and pay for some gas. And what happened was I saw 2 20s blowing across the goddamn, it was like blowing across the street. You know what I'm saying? It's like a driveway, before you enter the door. So I see these 2 20s. So remind you, before I hopped out the car, I already got 2 20s in my console. I got 2 20s in my console, but I grabbed a 10. I had like 2 20s and a 10 in my console. I remember me grabbing the 10 and putting it in my pocket. So right when I closed my door to walk up, I see these 20s blowing. So I'm thinking like, oh shit, that's my money. That's them, you know what I'm saying? That's them same 2 20s. I must have, when I grabbed the 10, I must have grabbed the 20s and they kind of fell. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. So I end up, picking the money up. I'm like, damn, man, what if these ain't these damn 20? What if these 2 more 20s that just appeared for me? So I end up going back to my car, looking in the console, the same 2 20s still in my car. So I'm like, damn, this is just $40 just blowing. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful and shit. I'm already in vibration, bringing me right back. When things like this resonate and happen, I be like, I already know why. Because I already feel like I got everything. I already feel like I'm rich. I'm not in need of no money. So money, it'll flow to you like that. When you feel like you don't need nothing. You sit back, you feel like, I don't feel like I need money. I feel like I already have it now. So I don't look for it. I don't worry about it. I just have it. You know what I'm saying? When you have something, you don't look for it. When you got it, you just got it. It's just natural. But I say that to say, so a thought popped in my head. I was like, man, these 20 was blowing by. Let me look around and see if it's some more money somewhere. So I end up walking like, I say about 10, 15 feet up. And I end up just looking under the car. Someone told me to look under the car that was parked right. I looked under the car, found another 10. Found a whole another $10 bill. So that day I end up finding $50. Just for me, just continuing to look. And quick thoughts like that, like look for some more. You creating it. Look for some more. I end up looking for some more, end up finding a $10 bill. So now I'm I found $50 that day. But I say that to say, when I said how to find free money, I want to give y'all that story and let y'all know why that happened. Because I already knew why it happened. Because I wake up every day and I feel like I have everything. Like I gave y'all my favorite saying when I always say, if you say this in your mind, I don't want nothing, I don't need nothing, and I don't desire nothing because I already have everything, that shit works. And you feel that shit within you, you're going to feel, after you say that, you're going to feel relaxed because you're going to be like, I ain't worried about money, I ain't worried about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I already got it. When you really master the feeling of already having and not needing nothing, that's a different vibration. You're going to walk through life peaceful. Because most stress comes from wanting some shit. Like I always say, most stress comes from future ass thoughts. Feeling like you need to be somewhere. Feeling like you ain't got something. When it's going to come. How it's going to come. All that shit. What this do is get you centered. It put you right here in the present moment. I don't want nothing. I don't need nothing. I don't desire nothing. Because once you start wanting shit, you ain't got it. Once you start needing it, you ain't got it. Once you start desiring shit, that means you ain't got it right now. All that shit says I do not have now. So you need to get in a place where I have now, basically. And I just like to wake up, you know, and just feel like I already got money. And it'll come to you just that easy. It'll come to you just that easy, I promise you. Number 5, your thoughts catch up with you. Yeah, your thoughts catch up with you whether you're in the past or the future. See, a lot of people like to, that's where the whole present moment came in at. Present moment power. When I say your thoughts will catch up with you, whether you're thinking about your past or thinking about your future, what I'm trying to say is, even if you in the past, let me give you an example. If you in the past thinking about, let's use a woman for example, a time she done got raped. Let's just say she ended up getting raped and she thinking about it in the present moment. Because everything is really present moment. When you're thinking about the past, you're thinking about it in the present moment. When you're thinking about the future, you're thinking about it in the present moment. What people need to know is that whether you're thinking about something that didn't happen or something that you want to happen, you still creating that shit right now. You still creating it because that thought is happening now. Think about it. It's not happening in the past. It's not happening in the future. The mind, the consciousness is only now. That's all it knows is right now. If you're thinking about getting raped, even if you're thinking about it being happen, if she's thinking about it being happen, guess what the fuck happened? She gonna end up seeing rape ass TV shows. She gonna start hearing other people that got raped. Somebody come on the news say a lady just got found raped. You know, that shit happening in her present moment. Even though it happened to her 5-10 years ago, by her thinking about it right now, she gonna start seeing rape shit now. That's why I say be careful. If you're going to go somewhere in the past, make sure it's happy memories. You know, ain't nothing but memories in the past. Make sure they great memories that you're thinking about right now so that shit can relive itself now. You know, if you go back to the... Most people, when they go back to the past, they traumatizing themselves, victimizing themselves. That's why they can't move forward in life. Because they always think about the bad past shit. If you're going to go to the past and think about some shit, make sure it was some good shit. So you can anchor that shit in the present moment so those great things can relive itself. You get what I'm saying? Why would you go back and relive some hellish ass shit that you create now? Because that shit gonna come back in a form that you create now. But what I'm trying to say is even the future, you know, hopefully you're thinking about a good future. Hopefully you ain't thinking about no when, where, how this shit gonna come and why it ain't coming now because you don't have it. You know, you gotta, all this shit comes back to that you creating it right now. You creating that shit right now. And what I mean by your thoughts gonna catch up with you. I don't know if y'all noticed this, but I noticed this. It's like you can't run from yourself. Meaning the thoughts you thought about yesterday might not even manifest till a week from now. But everything is going in order from the time you thought about it to until now. You get what I'm saying? It might not manifest itself into a week, but it's still coming. You can't get rid of that old shit you was thinking about and try to replace it with the new shit. For example, if you was thinking some poor ass thoughts last week and you feeling poor today, you know what I'm saying? But the day after you was thinking those poor thoughts, you was thinking rich thoughts, that shit coming too. Everything must happen. Everything must take place because you the motherfucker creating it. So it has to come into existence. The bad and the good. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's best to practice and meditate. So everything that flows from you is how you want it to be. That's why that's so important. I did not want this video to be long, but when I get to talking, y'all know it just flows. Yeah, number 6, you already know everything because everything comes from you and what you believe is true. I done said that before. You already know everything. When I was talking about the questions, when you asking yourself a question, just be the answer to the question. You know what I'm saying? You already know everything because the only thing you gonna believe is what you believe is true. Even if somebody else tell you, it's up to you to believe it. If you believe the shit true, the shit gonna show up in your reality as true. You get what I'm saying? So how do you want the shit to go? You know what I'm saying? You know everything. How is it going? It's going exactly how you say it's going. Because how you say it's going is the only fucking thing you're going to believe anyway. That's what I tell people. That's why I don't like to argue. I don't have to argue. You know why? Because you're right. Because you're right. Because as long as you believe it, you're going to see everything that you said in your own reality. But if I don't believe it, I'm not going to see that same view. The shit ain't going to reflect itself the same to me. You get what I'm saying? So make sure you being right, make sure it's a fucking picture that you want to see. That's why I said you already know everything. Because you are everything. It's only going to reflect itself back to you what the hell you believe in anyway. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of examples out there. Where you be like, I told you, I knew that was going to happen. Yeah, you knew it was going to happen because you believed it. I'm the same person that didn't experience it because I didn't believe it. You get what I'm saying? I believe something else, and I saw that result. You know what I'm saying? You just go through life, you see it all the time. Like, I knew. Yeah, because you believe it. You know what I'm saying? You can only see what the fuck you believe, because that's your motherfucking world. It's going to show itself that you right. So like I said, hopefully your right enhances you. It helps you. It ain't hindering you. Because a lot of people that know they right, they be fucking negative. You know what I'm saying? They be right though, but it be negative shit they be happening to their because they believe in that shit. You get what I'm saying? I try to get y'all to, you know what I'm saying? But moving on, another little power I put down here, number 7. You know, have you ever thought about something right before you was looking for something? Like, you ever open a book right to a page you was trying to explain or wanted to see, or had something about, like, man, what that thing say? I know it's in this book. What did it say? And you opened the book and went right to it. That's another example of like thought transfer. That's like instant manifestation. Because what happened was, right before you opened that book, you knew exactly what the fuck you was trying to look for. And that shit'll manifest itself, because the power that's in you, it'll turn it straight to that motherfucking page. It'll turn you like, what I was talking about, you open it up one time, boom. Oh, there it goes, yeah. You know, people overlook little things like that be happening. You know, I know y'all done did that before. You were trying to say something or do something, and it was written down somewhere, and you went straight to it and just grabbed it. You know what I'm saying? That's because when it comes to like thought manifestation, that shit just happens so fast because it's already in you. You know what I'm saying? You knew what the hell you wanted. That goes back to knowing what the fuck you are, knowing what the fuck you just know. Like, I know what the fuck question I'm looking for. I know what I'm looking for. You grab it, you open up and go straight to it because you already knew. That's that for surety, no. You know what I'm saying? That's why it be happening that fast. Because there don't be no doubt in your motherfucking mind that I know what the fuck I'm trying to see. You know what I'm saying? And you grab it, you open it, there you go. Little quick example of the power. You know, these things happen all the time. That ain't no simple ass shit. That's power right in front of your face. You get what I'm saying? Number 8. You ever thought about something and saw it on social media? You know what I'm saying? But you know, yeah, that one. So basically, I do this all the time too. I know a lot of people say that your phone listening to you. You might say something out loud to a friend or even to yourself, and you get to scroll on social media and see the same thing that you said on a post or something, or in a video, or somewhere on social media. You know, and but you ever had a time where you knew you ain't say the shit out loud, you said it in your mind, or you was talking to yourself and still saw the shit? That's another example of thought transfer. That's how your power works. You ain't even got to say that shit out loud. You can think it. You can think a thought, man, without saying it out loud to your phone. So it ain't the phone that's really listening. It's just how the power works. It's reflecting itself back to your thoughts. That's a perfect example. Y'all probably see it all the time if y'all tuned in. Some shit you was thinking about, you saw it, be like, man, I was just thinking about this shit. And somebody either doing this shit or they talking about this shit, and you be like, how in the fuck? You know, so a lot of people brush that shit off like it ain't no big deal. That lets you know the power, that shit coming from you. That shit coming, ain't nobody else saw it that way. You caught it because you thought about it. You created it. You get what I'm saying? And that shit ran across your feed. What's the chances of that? So think about what the fuck else you thinking and creating every fucking second. Every fucking second. Now, that's why I say my life going great every second. Fuck about a day. That shit happening every second you creating. So you got to be right. You got to be right, man. That's another example. I know y'all done experienced it. And I think the last one I just said, bottom line, if you really knew everything was happening in the present moment time, you would think about life differently. So basically saying that to say, if you knew everything was happening right here in the present moment, right when you think of it, you won't be thinking about no fucked up ass shit. If you really knew how fast this shit be happening, how fast you be creating, how it be coming into your life, you'll watch what the fuck you be thinking and create. You'll watch that shit closely. You'll be like, man, no, I'm so good at it now. I catch things so fucking, I can have a conversation with a person and tell them exactly where they're going wrong. I'm that swift with it now. When I listen, I'm like, no, don't say that. You know what I'm saying? Don't even think about it like that. You know what I'm saying? And go about it like this, because I'm trying to tell you when that shit happen, you know, it ain't gonna benefit you. And most people, they be stuck in their way. Like, man, now I know, man. I know it ain't, you know what I'm saying? I know she don't like me, man. I know my boss hate me, man. And they just be looking at me and watching me and trying to see me fuck up. Like, man, you creating that shit. That shit gonna happen. You gonna see it every time because you said it. You gotta see it. You gonna end up seeing the shit. The energy gonna rub them wrong. They gonna play their character. Because really everybody else just really characters in your reality, to be honest with you. Because they thinking what the fuck you thinking. You get what I'm saying? When you know you control everybody else by the way you think, people can only see you by the way you see yourself. So if you say that shit happening, they gonna turn into character and prove your ass right. Because the world thinking that's what the fuck you want to experience. But people don't know they got the power. People don't know they got the power. Present moment power. But check me out, y'all. This video 25 minutes long. Check me out, man. If y'all need help, y'all want to talk, you know, however I can help you, just reach out to me. I'll throw you discounts, you know, just talk to me. We'll work it out. But I love to see us support each other. You know, we supporting everybody, and we here to sharpen each other. Like I said, I think how you think how I think. You are me, and I am you. Present moment power.